have you started to see, or are you really seeing now, ontologies used in the development of furthering customer experiences, product recommendations, solution recommendations, things like this? Because as we start to see more customers developing these intent taxonomies, which are ripe for developing into ontologies, and Sean and Frank, we're going to absolutely get to you guys to talk about the products that your company deals with. But Morgan, have you seen the first steps toward that?
We have. So we're really interested here at Intuit in machine learning. We've got years and years and years of data that's been collected over time periods that isn't organized or structured. But we want to build things like QB Chatbot, which is a chatbot that helps people analyze and look at their financial business records to say, oh yeah, I should qualify for a loan, or gee, I think I'm doing enough business now, I need to hire someone. And we've got data that should allow us to do that. And so the teams are really hungry to get at that. They're also struggling with golden masters, or the lack of golden master, right? Where's the information that helps them understand when a customer is asking a specific question, and that question should be resolved to, do I hire someone or not, right? There's many different ways to say that. So they've been looking at the taxonomy work we've been doing and are very eager to have us tag and prepare these golden master processes for them. So because we've been building corpora and we've been tagging the corpora, they're kind of following along behind us going, oh, we can use that too. We can use that too. The other thing that we're seeing is that our customer success team that does all of our customer care, customer help, call routing, they actively want to build tools that enable their agents to be superstars. And so they're looking at ways to use both machine learning and natural language processing and any of these tools and intent modeling to basically allow them to accurately identify the customer's need and get them to the help that they need or the person they need as quickly as possible. Because we sell a variety of products, we also want to start integrating all of those products. There's a lot of touch points among our products that we've not been leveraging. And so the teams are starting to see that through an ontology, through the language that says, an invoice is an invoice, whether it's in your personal billing or your business billing. It changes. One time it's a billing thing and one time it's you sending it, right? But because in a program, someone has written some code that calls it an X or a Y, there's no information there for them to make that connection that this is actually the same object. And so they're seeing that there's a need for an understanding that these things are the same thing, and some sort of tool that will help them pull that together lightly.
Sean, are you seeing the same or similar at Starbucks?
Yeah, our initiatives in the information architecture side are really supporting our product initiatives and our, especially in our AI machine learning projects. I would say, to echo what Morgan said, one of the things that we have is really connecting context to transactions or context to customers. So we have a lot of work going on related to, I would say, the knowledge graph of definitions and terms and concepts to give the analytics teams internally a resource that they can use to understand how are we calculating, how are we differentiating, what's the life cycle, things like that. So we're providing a lot of, I would say, reference documentation to give context to our data. But the knowledge graphs go a little bit further, which is that we're trying to drive that to automation. So a lot of our NLP and more advanced G2P3 projects are starting to use these knowledge graphs, because separate from the context and the reference is also how they link. We have the case, as many organizations, with really highly specialized subject matter expertise in our verticals, but how do we connect that together? How is customer and product and things like that? So we're finding a lot of demand in information architecture for data products related to our knowledge graphs, both for concept ontologies and for our object ontologies.
Yeah, that's good. Interesting. Yeah, and Frank, EA is about gaming. It's a gaming company. How are you using ontologies to advance what EA does?
Well, EA at its core is a gaming company, but it's also a massive multimedia company. Right? We produce thousands of videos and thousands and thousands of images, and we are a large content creation company. And gaming is a uniquely interactive medium. right? It's a uniquely interactive medium to tell stories. And so we think the future of gaming is deeply personal gaming experiences, deeply personal interactive experiences where the game is evolving with you. And so we think that in EA, it's rapidly EA came to the conclusion you can't really do that if you don't understand what any of your content is. Like if you don't know what this is or how it could be used or how playing one game could lead to something in another game, if you don't understand how any of those connections work, it's very difficult to build a personal interactive experience. And so our team is entirely focused on exactly that. That's what our team is embedded in the personalization and recommendation part of our company, because we are looking at how do we use ontologies of everything that we make to build an interactive and a deeply personal experience, so that when the user logs into one of our games, it says, good morning, Mike. We saw you played this quest yesterday. Here's 5 other quests that are like the one you have, and we noticed you don't have this kind of sword, and this game over here has this kind of sword for you. Maybe you should go play it, right? And we can't really do that unless we know what a sword is and we know what a quest is. And so we find ourselves, and game development has never traditionally been that way. Game development is, there's a programmer at a desk and he has coded some bunch of things and he doesn't even think of the thing that he coded. It's a bunch of numbers in a geometric model that goes into a game engine, and he doesn't understand those things are connected, and it's a gun or it's a character or it's a this. And in order for us to make a deeply personalized gaming experience, and we think if you're not doing that as a gaming company, you won't survive as a game in the modern world, you have to have an ontology do that. And we're blessed a little bit now because the computational power that we have in gaming devices is so high now that we can do even complex, deductive second, third order logic inference designs and have it execute at high speeds in Xboxes.